Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learning Languages Online. I've changed the name from Teaching Languages Online to Learning Languages Online because I'm going to help students who are looking for teachers also find teachers. So it's going to be kind of an inclusive thing. But for those of you who have joined me about the business of teaching online, that's still going to be included into this. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Has Italki changed their algorithm? Is it different now? No. Okay. So it hasn't. Even though I put that in the thumbnail and in the title, have they changed it? No. But there have been some changes that you will notice that we're going to talk about today. And are they good or are they bad? And I think it's kind of even. It could be good, it could be bad. We're going to look at those today and talk about that. But first of all, we're going to talk about what has happened over the last few days. So there are some good things. And there are some, I wouldn't say they're bad things, or just things that Italki continues to do that isn't necessarily helping a student, and it's not helping the teachers either. So we're going to delve into that. And also today, after this, I'm going to be doing another video about how much money I made in 2021 when it comes to teaching English online. And so you'll want to look at that as well. So today we're going to look at Italki and the change that has happened over the last few days. Now, one thing that a lot of people have been complaining about is that the search was prioritizing new teachers. A lot of us old timers like me and people who have a few hundred or thousand lessons under their belt, they were saying, hey, listen, we are not even showing up on the search because every one of the people are new. And what happens? That disincentivizes people to actually go on Italki. So my guess is a lot of teachers all of a sudden became inactive. A lot of those teachers had very high price points. So Italki was making a lot of money off of them. And they thought they would do this McDonald's approach to just saying, let's do really fast and really quick and really cheap. I think they realized they didn't work. So all of a sudden, we see a change in the search engine. It's absolutely changed now. So what has it done? It's now basically more randomized. Okay. But I wouldn't say it's a randomization that happens all the time. We'll get into that. It's more like a permanent randomization as of right now. Maybe Italki will change that. But the big thing is that a lot of these teachers who are new teachers are no longer going to find themselves on the first page of Italki. Those days are done. So I think for a lot of teachers like myself, that's a good thing. I actually got my first lesson on Italki in many months, just a few days ago. So there are positive things. At the end of the day, I think Italki realized that just having teachers come in and come out and just people doing lessons, it doesn't give the student any confidence that Italki is providing a good product, right? So that is one thing that you want to look at. Second thing that we're going to look at it in a few, is that the number of teachers has gone down. Since the last time I did a video, it's gone down by about 1,000. Okay, well, only a few hundred since my last video, but since their maximum they had, about 1,000. They were up over 8,000 teachers at one time. Now they're around 7,043. Okay, still adding a lot of teachers. They're still spamming the market, but the teachers have gone down. So maybe they've done a little bit of quality control. I don't know, but that's a good thing. Okay, I don't know the teachers who have been axed by Italki. And that in of itself, if we don't know who that is, we can't really determine if it's a good or a bad thing. But I think that it's going to be quite interesting. Okay. So with that being said, this is a good move for a lot of teachers. This is a good move for a lot of teachers who have been on the platform for a while. They look at it and they say, okay, now I'm in a situation where I can be back to teaching. Not so fast. Some things have changed and some things haven't. So what hasn't changed? So we're going to look at the screen right now. And the one thing that you can see is we have the top 20 teachers up here, right? And with all of these teachers, except for a few like here, okay, they all offer trial lessons. Now, I don't offer a trial lesson. And so it seems like that there might be some favoring of people who do trial lessons. So in that situation, you just might want to start doing trial lessons. I mean, I might put it in and put an astronomically high number for a trial lesson. If somebody wants to pay that, well, by all means, go ahead. But it seems like they might be prioritizing that. That might be because of the instant tutoring that they reinstated. So remember, they brought back instant tutoring, but people use a trial lesson for instant tutoring. This also shows that they're looking to just get people to come on the platform and leave. Okay, again, the market isn't there for that, so I don't know why they thought of that, but it is what it is. So that's first thing. They might be prioritizing that. But the second thing is that this list of teachers hasn't changed in the last 6 hours. And actually, it might not have even changed in the last 4 days. So if we look at teachers / community tutors, this person who has been number one on this list, he's been number one for 4 days on this list. Okay, so I'm not seeing any type of change. I've seen a change in a few, but this one person has been number one on the list every time I've gone on it the last 4 days. So a lot of this is not some sort of algorithm, right? It's a list of people that they have in some sort of order that they have prioritized. Algorithm indicates that there would be some randomization aspect to it. That if people do something or somebody acts in a certain way, then the algorithm then determines how somebody is ranked on a list. But by this list staying absolutely permanent, for the most part, it's not randomizing people. It's not putting them in some sort of algorithm. So it almost seems like Italki is taking some sort of search criteria that they're creating and then putting people in some sort of order regarding that search criteria. And what is that? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing there, but this is a problem. And why is it a problem? Because back in the day when Italki was really good with this, you could sign on to the platform, and then by signing on to the platform and being online, you could be a little higher on the list. So it encouraged you to always use the platform, always be on the platform. Now, again, it de-incentivizes it. There's no need for me to be on there if the search is already fixed in a certain way where I'm going to be very low down the search, right? And this is a big problem. So yes, they don't have the new teachers on there anymore. And I have a feeling that that's only because they realized that their business model, that I had a feeling the McDonald's model was bad. Okay. They knew that was, I think they thought that was going to work. It hasn't worked. And you see a lot of teachers on here now who are experienced teachers and everything with different price points and everything, right? So they've gone back to that. But your ability to get higher on the list seems to still be in their hands more than it is in your hands. And they can't even give you any recommendations on how to move higher in the search engine. Why? That's the question, right? That's the real question we should be looking at. So that's an issue. And then there are two other issues I want to bring up that I kind of hit on at the beginning. One, even though the amount of teachers has gone down, there are still a lot of teachers on here who have the native language tag and they're not native speakers. And again, that's dishonest on that teacher's part, obviously, but I think Italki needs to have a little bit of quality control. But speaking of quality control, when I was on here today, and I'll even pull it up right now, when I looked up professional teachers, the list of professional teachers, a lot of them actually had some sort of teaching criteria, some sort of resume, some certification or education or work experience. And out of the 20 that I pulled up 4 months ago, only 4, the top 20 they had on the list, only 4 of them had any sort of experience. Today, when I pulled up the same list, professional teachers, and looked at their 20 of those, or of those 20, I mistake, of those 20, 18 of them had some sort of experience. So kudos to Italki for that. That is actually something very good. That's actually something really positive. But again, doesn't matter if the algorithm doesn't exist and that the search is always fixed. Now, maybe they're fixing the search to now deal with something else. That's a good thing. But still, even though 18 of those 20 had some sort of credentials, that means 2 of them didn't have any credentials. And of the 2 that I saw didn't have credentials, one of them actually typed their credentials. They said they had a CELTA. So I don't know why they haven't uploaded it. But one of the other ones just basically said, I'm a teacher. And Italki said, okay. But it seems like there might be a little bit of quality control on the teacher side of it, which, if they get the algorithm thing done, this gives me a lot of hope for Italki to be not just what it was before, but to actually be a better platform. Again, I think one of the biggest problems is there's spam in the market with a lot of new teachers who are not qualified, or I should say a lot of new teachers because a lot of them don't have the qualifications. And then the whole community tutor aspect of it. And there are a lot of videos online that talk about this, and I sympathize with a lot of the community tutors. There needs to be a real understanding of separation between what a teacher is and what a community tutor is, because a lot of community tutors I know think that their students are getting somebody who's a teacher and it's just speaking practice. Now, whether someone should just get paid to speak to somebody and correct them without being able to tell them why they're being corrected, that's another debate for another day. But I think that the overall scheme of things, Italki needs to make a little clear what a community tutor is and a teacher. I think they try to, but maybe they need to put a little more effort in it. But that's all for today. I was going to go on here and look at a few other things, but I think I covered everything I wanted to. They haven't changed the algorithm. They have changed some things which look like a positive move, but basically the plan they tried to do, the McDonald's plan of just selling stuff really cheap and really fast, getting people in and out, they realized that didn't work. That's the reason why you just don't see a bunch of new teachers charging $5 for a lesson flooding the top of the list anymore. It's gone. They're not doing that. That's a positive thing. So thank you very much. In a few minutes here, I'm going to be doing my video about how much I made teaching English online. And go down below. I'm actually going to start a new program that's going to be out in March. If you're interested in teaching any language online, this will help you as far as marketing and how I've been successful at doing that. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.